My mic's not on. Oh. But, oh, check one, check two. There we go.
Good afternoon and welcome everyone to ECSHL the championship playoff between the Wainwright Rustlers and the Stettler Imperials. This is game four of a best-of-5 series with Stettler holding a 2-1 lead. We're starting going in first half. Number 3, Simon. And for your Rustlers, number 33. In the further attention to the left blue line, we introduce tonight's honorary captain, baseball, Lawrence Scores. Lawrence is 7 years old and plays for the Wainwright U7 Team 2. His favorite NHL team is the Edmonton Oilers, and Brady Point is his favorite NHL player. He'll after taking spot for Knox's #1 roster. His ideal pregame meal is pizza, and in his free time, Knox likes to go fishing. Please welcome tonight's Rustler honorary captain, Knox Scores. It's at this time when we have to rise ability. We're going to have to the land of Oceana.
Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to Wainwright. We've got an exciting one for you here tonight. The Rustlers' last home game of the season. It's game 4 of the ECSHL Senior Hockey League Championship Series. The cup is in the building tonight, but the Rustlers are hoping it stays in its case. They trail this series 2-1 after the Stettler Imperials won 4-3 in overtime last night down the road in Stettler, and the Rustlers looking to keep their championship hopes alive as we get started here for game 4. All 3 games this series have been won on home ice. Stettler with a 3-0 shutout victory in game 1. The Rustlers answered with a big 7-1 win the following night, and then last night's 4-3 Stettler win. And the Rustlers hoping to keep that trend alive, looking for a big victory on home ice tonight. James can't get the puck out of the zone. The Rustlers battling for it along the wall. James able to scoop it up once again. Huxley trying to feed it forward for James, but out of his reach as the puck scoots in behind the net, and Hamilton tosses it out in front. But no Rustler could get a stick on it. Berg tries to chase it down along the blue line, but can't keep it in the zone. So the Rustlers back it up. Berg flips it out towards the Stettler blue line. And the Imperials come up ice out across the blue line. There's Eric Rost. His shot kicked aside by Eisenman. Rustlers pick that puck out of the pile in the corner. The play off the glass a little too strong for Dicker to catch up to. Stettler sends the puck down the ice, and it was tipped, so no icing. And now Weeks tangled up in behind the net with Ross. They get separated. Miller's pass to Aykroyd. Glances off his stick, ends up in the corner. Comerford there to pick it up. He absorbs a hit and plays the puck in deep again. Aykroyd picks it up. Looking for a passing lane. Tried to go to the high slot. The pass picked off. And Ross able to get the puck in deep. Now Comerford through the neutral zone. Nice little pass over to Hamilton. The puck gets knocked off his stick. And the Imperials able to clear once again. Stettler now able to bat that puck out towards the Rustler blue line. Goslin's pass towards Hamilton off the mark, and it's going to go all the way down for icing. The starting goaltenders tonight on the north end of the building is Simon Thielman for the Imperials. And down to our right is Thomas Eisman between the pipes for the Rustlers. Just about 3 minutes expired here in this first period. Stettler wins the draw. And Wright plays the puck in deep. That shot from Stollery blocked and ends up out at center ice. And the dump attempt caught the linesman. And they're going to say Stettler was offside there. Whistle blows. Houston wins the draw. Stettler quickly plays the puck in behind the Rustler net. And now Wainwright escapes the zone, and it's Carson James down the right wing. He cuts to the middle of the ice, fires a shot, but wide of the net. Connor James, the good forecheck, knocks that puck loose. And now Fletcher from the corner gets upended. And Stettler able to bat it out of the zone. Berg plays one off the wall towards Dicker. We couldn't handle that bouncing puck, and then the Rustlers forwards will go for a line change. Wright plays it off the glass and all the way down the ice, and that is just going to go wide of the net. And good enough for icing. Rustlers win the draw, and Miller fires one on net. He may have got a little bit of a deflection from Huxley, but Thielman able to squeeze that puck and hold on for the faceoff. And a big hit there by Cole Horn. Alex DeYoung trying to chase down the loose puck, and Horn stepped in from the blue line and laid him flat out. DeYoung no worse for the wear, though, as he's hot on the forecheck and forces a turnover. A quick shot there from the Imperials. From DeYoung, in fact, went just wide of the net. And now the Rustlers come up ice. It's Pfister pitchforking it into the corner. And now Kieran Ross able to get the puck up ice Played in behind the net, but Eisman comes out to play it up the wall. That pass towards Fletcher, a little too strong. Stettler dumps it in, and Goslin will be the first one to get to it. James can't get the puck out, and now King skates it behind the net. His sharp angle shot steered aside. The Rustlers do get it out of the zone, playing it high off the glass. King from center ice fires one over the net off the end wall. And a shot from the point goes through a couple of bodies and makes its way onto the net. Eisman steers it into the corner. The Rustlers struggling to pick up the puck in their own end here. They flip it towards the blue line, but can't get it out. Now Ross from the top of the circle. His shot off the stick of Connor James. Connor flips it over to Carson James. He's coming flying down the right wing, cuts to the middle of the ice, fires a shot off the blocker of Thielman. Little soft touch pass doesn't make its way to James. But Berg able to keep the clearing attempt in the zone. Dickers, little backhand shot, doesn't make it to the net, and then Weeks fires one off the crossbar. Miller from in front of the Imperials bench tries to get that puck deep. There's too many white jerseys in the way, and now the Imperials come up ice with Wright firing it on goal from the neutral zone. Eisman holds on to that one to slow things down. Stettler wins the draw, and that one-timer from Scottapole doesn't get through the traffic, but he gets it back. Sorry, Turnus gets it back, fires it across the way. And that shot from Walker steered aside by Eisman, and the Rustlers able to clear. The pass picked off by Huxley. Hamilton just barely gets onside, but then Huxley gets his pocket picked. And Berg's dump attempt from center ice caught Huxley right up in the visor. He's holding his face on the bench. Hopefully he's all right and has all his teeth in his mouth. If there's anybody tough enough to withstand a puck to the face, it's Adam Huxley. King gets that puck deep as Eisman comes out to play it around to Leggett. Leggett off the wall to Comerford. He'll chip it forward, but not very deep. Stettler gets it out to the neutral zone. Then Weeks's dump attempt is stopped in its tracks. Stettler clears once again. Now Fletcher from in front of the Wainwright bench gets it to Weeks and then across to Comerford. Comerford leaves it for Fletcher. Puck rolling on him though, and he couldn't settle it down. And then Comerford's one-timer from the top of the circle sails wide. Things are getting physical down in Stettler territory. Couple of big hits. Carson James chases down a loose puck in the corner. Gets it over to Dicker. Dicker cycles it down low to James once again. A loose puck out in front of the net, but it squirts through the crease. And Cassidy skates it up ice. He gets it to DeYoung. His shot right on goal, but an easy save made by Eisenman, and the whistle blows. We've got 11:18 remaining in this scoreless first period. And now Huxley getting thrown out of the faceoff circle. But Hamilton came in and won it. Huxley plays it off the wall. And now a stretch pass looking for Hamilton, and they're going to call him offside. That was as close as it gets. And Hamilton was all alone. But the whistle blows, and that scoring opportunity goes by the wayside. And even watching back on the stream, which is about 15 seconds behind live here, so I get a nice little second look at things. That was tough to call with the naked eye. Now Hamilton feeds it to Huxley. He fires a shot. But knocked down by Thielman and held on to get another face-off upcoming as Hamilton and Cody Wright got tangled up behind the net. Linesman comes in and separates them. And out of that comes a Stettler penalty. The Rustlers on the power play now.
That's Stettler penalty, 21. DeYoung, in for 5. 10:51.
It's going to be a slash against DeYoung. As James skates it in the zone, goes to the backhand as he drove the net, but couldn't tuck one home. So the Rustlers now 30 seconds into the first power play of the evening. But Stettler able to clear it once again. Connor James gets it to his brother, and Carson slings the puck in deep to Fletcher. Fletcher tried to get it to Connor James at the point. The puck hopped over his stick. So Gosselin had to rush over and keep that puck out of harm's way. Now James skates into the zone, fires a shot as he split the D. But Thielman with another good save. And the Imperials clear once again. 45 seconds left in this Rustler power play. Carson James gains the zone, slows things down a little bit. And gets it to Comerford at the point, but his pass along the blue line knocked away by Piggin and out into the neutral zone. James with a nifty toe drag. He fires one off the side of the net. Now Dicker to the point to Comerford, back to Dicker at the top of the circle. Over to Comerford on the left side. He's looking for a redirect in front, but it got blocked instead. The Imperials clear once again, and that will all but do it for the Rustler power play. DeYoung back on the ice now. He's going to head straight for the bench as the Rustlers come up ice. It's Leggett comes in and fires, and he scores! Brett Leggett opens the scoring just after the power play expires, and the Rustlers take a 1-0 lead with 8:42 left in the first period. From a sharp angle, Leggett found just enough of a gap to squeak one through Thielman and get the Rustlers on the board.
What?
Now Fletcher gets upended going into the wall. The Rustlers come away with the puck. And now Leggett with the puck on his stick once again. He'll skate it in behind the net, but he gets hit hard on the end wall. Cassidy with a nice move to get around Berg. He comes in, but his shot rides up the stick of Ty Miller and up into the netting. Hamilton steals the puck away off the faceoff. And gets the pass back. Now a chance. But Thielman with a good save. Hamilton with a chance at point blank range. Stettler wins the draw and turn, is able to get it to Piggin. His pass to DeYoung a little strong. DeYoung able to get a piece of it, steered into the corner, but Horn has him pinned against the wall. Pfister picks off a pass towards the blue line, gets it over to Hamilton on the left wing. His shot blocked by Wright. And now in behind the net, a big hit thrown by Stollery, putting Fletcher on his rear end. We got a boisterous crowd here tonight in Wainwright. It's great to see a pretty full house. The Rustlers step across the blue line, but Dicker just a half stride too far. Tons of Imperial fans here tonight, hoping to see their team hoist the trophy at the end of this one. And even more Rustlers fans here tonight cheering on their team, hoping they have a trip to Stettler on the calendar next Friday night. Ross gets the puck in deep, and the Rustlers quickly escape the zone, but that pass to Mullet just a touch too far. Comerford gets it out across the blue line. He shoots high and just over the net. Guthrie spins around and fires a pass to Rost. He gains the zone. He's being harassed by a pair of Rustlers and had to just chip the puck in deep. Berg just barely avoids a big hit from Rost. Now from the point, that shot goes just wide of the net. Aykroyd dumps the puck in the Rustlers. Get a whole bunch of fresh legs out there. Horn digs the puck out of the feet of DeYoung and chips it in, but Stettler quickly clears the zone. Miller up the wall, and he finds Huxley. Huxley down the right wing, slams in the brakes. But a good defensive stick by Kistner breaks up that opportunity. DeYoung dumps the puck in, and Eisman coming out to play it. Rings it around the wall, and Cassidy whiffed on it along the boards, giving the Rustlers a chance to get out of the zone as Huxley fires a shot on net from the neutral zone. And it's swallowed up by Thielman. 4:53 left to go in this first period. Rustlers up 1-0. They were trailing on the shot clock 8-2 just 5 minutes ago or so. They now trail only 8-7 on the shot clock as they've been putting some pressure on here in the late stages of the opening period. Goslin from the point looking for a shooting lane, finds one, but that puck knocked down before it reached the net. Tucker is looking for Cassidy with an aerial pass, but knocked down, and the Rustlers quickly come the other way. It's Dicker, he shoots, he scores! Calvin Dicker goes high, glove side, and buries it, making it 2-0 for the Rustlers.
On the goal for each goal from 40 and Jimmy. Of course, number 4, still 82.
Turnus from the corner now steps out in front of the net, but Eisman got his goaltender's paddle in the way and stole that puck away from the Stettler captain. Woodward ahead to Ackroyd. He tries to dump it in, but Turnus knocks it down. And Stettler flips it down into Wainwright territory, but Miller quickly turns it up. He gets out across the blue line and drops it for Hamilton. He plays it into the far corner. And now he gets it back in the slot. It's in his feet. He can't find it. Eventually he does. Nifty little move to play it to himself and then gets it down low for Fletcher. Fletcher tries to cycle it back to Hamilton, but he's heading the other direction. So Stettler clears. And now Fletcher able to dump the puck in. Connor James has it at the point. He goes to the back door. And Blake Fletcher was standing there waiting for it, but he whiffed on the one-timer. Just under 3 minutes to play in this opening period. And the Rustlers win the draw. It's Dicker in behind the net. Gets it to James and now Goslin at the point. His shot just wide of the net. Connor James there to pick up the rebound. He spun around in the corner but lost control. And now Houston down the right wing. Fires a shot, but off the stick of Dicker and up high into the netting. Pfister off the faceoff will chip it forward and try and chase it down himself. Cassidy beat him to the puck, but Pfister was all over him, nearly forced a turnover. 2:27 left to go in the period. Pair of number 10s at the faceoff dot, Huxley and Turnus wins it. Weeks able to keep the puck in the zone, but then Stettler gets it back and flips it up in the sky and down the ice. Huxley with a strong pass. Got it to Mullet. He's not able to control it. And Stettler is going to be able to clear. But DeYoung turns it over. Mullet with a chance. And Mullet draws a penalty. It's going to be a hooking call. Keegan King heading to the box, and the Rustlers will go back to the power play with 1:59 left in this first period. Stettler wins the draw, but they can't clear the zone. Now James at the blue line gets it across the way to Goslin. His shot trickles wide of the net. Now Connor James at the point once again. He skates it along the blue line and now steps in from the top of the circle, fires a shot, but it went off a skate and into the corner. Goslin steps in, feeds it over to Carson James across the way to Connor. Connor walks down the wall, looking for the back post. Blake Fletcher was standing there, but he couldn't get a stick on it. Carson James drops it for Goslin. Fletcher avoids the pressure and gets it back to Goslin at the point. Over to Fletcher, top of the circle. Back to Goslin on the left side as we hit the final minute of play in the first. Connor James in the corner now. Looking for a passing lane. Gets it to his brother Carson, and Thielman with a spectacular glove save. Now Piggott tossed out of the face-off circle as Ross got a little too antsy before the puck drop. And Piggott able to clear the zone. He gets it over to Ethan Ross. He's got speed down the left wing, but a great defensive play by Connor James to hustle back and knock that puck loose. For the Stettler Imperials get the puck back. And they're able to dump it in once again with 27 seconds left on the clock. Pfister gains the zone. Turnus is all over him. Pfister throws it to the front of the net, and a second opportunity for Hamilton. But Thielman able to hold on to that one with 12.3 seconds to go. Hamilton thrown out of the faceoff circle now. Comerford comes in, but Houston wins it. And with 5 seconds to go, Houston will just pin it against the boards, and that'll do it for the opening frame. Things a little chippy along the boards there as the buzzer blows. The linesmen get everybody separated and going their separate ways. So the Rustlers lead 2-0 after the first 20 minutes of play, and they'll return for the start of the second period with 1 second of power play time remaining. We're going to take a break for this first intermission. We'll be back with you in about 20 minutes from the start of the second. Welcome back, folks, for the start of the second period. And just as the puck drops, Keegan King steps out of the box, and the the Imperials are back to full strength. It's a 2-0 lead for the Rustlers after 20 minutes of play. As the icing gets waved off, the Rustlers get down the ice and cancel out the icing call, but Hamilton couldn't pick up the loose puck. Fletcher couldn't handle that puck in his skates, gives it away, and a quick shot on goal there from Walker, swallowed up by Eisenman. Stettler wins the draw on that shot from Scottapole, blocked. Cassidy trying to work it in behind the net. Now he picks it up along the wall, skates it into the slot, fires a shot, but it's blocked. Carson James plays it off the wall, chases it down himself, gains the zone, then slams in the brakes, looking for Dicker with the cross ice pass, but he fanned on it a little bit. We got it back, but all he could do is play the puck in deep. And that's an icing call against the Imperials. Face off coming down to Thielman's right-hand side. Houston wins the draw, and the Imperials quickly clear the zone. Down the ice, but not quite far enough for icing. Just a couple inches shy. Berg chases it down and then sends a stretch pass to Comerford, but he couldn't handle that off his skate. And that's going to be offside against the Imperials as we had a bit of a pileup of bodies right along the blue line. Just about 2 minutes gone now in this second period. Stettler dumps the puck in deep, and Goslin settles it down behind his own net. Pfister chips the head looking for Hamilton, but that puck was rolling and he couldn't scoop it up. Stettler dumps it in once again. Eisman comes out to slow it down. Lawson plays it up the wall to Pfister. Pfister couldn't get it out of the zone, though. Rustlers finally do clear it. And now Blake Fletcher, the Rustlers have a 2-on-1. He gets it to Pfister. He scores! Derek Pfister with the one-timer. Top shelf over the glove of Thielman. And he gives the Rustlers a 3-0 lead. Fletcher out across the blue line. His low shot steered aside by Thielman. Mullet picks off a pass, comes in, fires a high shot off the mask of Thielman. Gives his head a little shake after that one. Now DeYoung's pass is deflected away. The Rustlers batted out to center ice. Imperials get the puck deep. But the Rustlers can't clear it. Scottapole plays it into the corner. Battle for it along the end wall. Piggin chips it ahead for Turnus, but he loses a handle on it. The Rustlers pick it up. It's Blake Fletcher down the middle of the ice. Sends it to the front of the net. Couldn't get it across the Mullet. He got upended as he was charging the net. The Imperials gain the zone, but don't get a chance out of it. And now Huxley slides it forward for James, but out of his reach. James picks it up in the corner. Gets it ahead to Dicker. Dicker swings it out in front. James gets it back, puts it right off the chest of Thielman. Huxley taking a couple whacks at it. Can't put one home. And now Cassidy, with lots of speed through the neutral zone, loses a handle on it. And the Wrestler is able to clear. Scottapole gets leveled at the blue line by Josh Baird. The Rustlers work it up ice. It's Pfister. The Rustlers' most recent goal scorer. Did it with Brad Bailey's stick, too. The first goal that stick has ever scored. And now Goslin from the corner in his own end. His pass goes through the legs of Woodward, and the Rustlers can't get it out. Puck gets knocked off Cassidy's stick and way up in the air, and then a shot off his stick once again and hopped over the net. Cassidy tries to get it in deep, but the Rustlers steal it away. Now Pfister with a hard pass towards Woodward. He couldn't settle it down. Ross gets it ahead to Fournier. Fournier's shot off the stick of James and into the corner. Now Fournier from behind the net again, but he gets hit by Miller. Chance there for Eric Ross, but his shot wide of the net. Pfister picks up the rebound, slides it ahead to Fletcher. Fletcher's shot right on net, but Thielman holds on to that one for the whistle. 13:25 left to go in the second period, and the Rustlers hold on to a 3-0 lead. Ross chips that one out of the zone, and Kieran Ross chases it down all the way deep in Wainwright territory. Beats out the icing call. And Fournier able to keep it in the zone, but his pass picked off by Comerford. And Aykroyd gets it out across the blue line. He and Stollery got tangled up and both went down. And now a chance in tight as Wright had an opportunity in front of the net but couldn't handle the puck. Nice shot block by Mullet up high near the blue line. And Weeks picks off a centering pass, and the Rustlers get it out of the zone. It rolls down the ice, the puck on its end, and that will be far enough for icing. Rustlers win the draw, but they can't clear the zone just yet. Got a pile of bodies just inside the Wainwright blue line. Mullet gets his hand on it and gets it out to the neutral zone. But Stettler quickly dumps it right back in. Good play by Fletcher to knock that puck out to the neutral zone. Now Scottapole dumps it right back in. Eisman leaves it for Weeks. He gets it ahead to Huxley. He's got Dicker and James with him. He gets it across the way to James. He comes in first, and he scores! Carson James makes it 4-0 for the Rustlers. And they're setting the tone here tonight in Game 4 on home ice. And that's going to do it for Simon Fieldman tonight. He's heading to the bench. And in his stead, it'll be Davin Nattestad in between the pipes for the Imperials. Nattestad's last game action was in Game 2 of this series last Sunday evening. He started that game, and the Rustlers went on to win 7-1. A chance for the Rustlers, and they score again! It's Cody Woodward! He makes it 5-0. The fifth different goal scorer for the Rustlers as Woodward cashes in, tapping one home on the back post. There's 11:33 to go in the second period, and the Rustlers with a huge lead. Jaker got hit hard right in front of the Russell bench, and Huxley took exception to it. He's got his gloves off. Trying to give Cody Wright the gears. Wright never dropped the mitts. Huxley quickly escorted to the bench, and he'll head to the showers. Cody Wright having some not safe for work words for Adam Huxley as he heads to his side of the penalty box. So we'll see how this situation shakes out. Calvin Dicker heads to the box for the Rustlers, presumably to serve the minor penalty for Huxley. So the Imperials on the power play now. That shot from the point blocked by Connor James. Stollery's shot blocked as well, and the Rustlers able to clear. Cassidy couldn't find that pass that was a little bit behind him, so the Imperials have to regroup, but the whistle blows. And referee Kelly Pauls is saying, both of y'all get out of here. 2 minutes for roughing each. It's going to be Quade Cassidy and Cole Comerford as the officials trying to keep tabs on things here and not let the situation get out of hand. So 1 minute, 30 seconds left in this Imperials power play.
Don't let me beat up there. 44, 39, 2 minutes for roughing. Or thing. Front court play. For roughing.
And now Carson James picks off a pass the neutral zone, fires a high shot that's gloved down by Nadestad.
Or wait, 2 minutes for rough.
So that whole penalty situation on the first set of incidents, Cody Wright got 2 for roughing, and Adam Huxley got 2 for unsportsmanlike and 2 for roughing. So Calvin Dicker's in there serving the second minor penalty for Huxley. And then, of course, the second situation just a few seconds later was Cassidy and Comerford each for roughing, and a great defensive stick there by Hamilton. Put a stop to that Piggin scoring chance, and now Hamilton picks it up. He's off to the races. Hamilton comes in, fires, and nearly buries one. Hamilton has been on a heater. And now Woodward picks up the puck. And a chance there for Hamilton, but Nadestad got a stick on it. Now Hamilton will slow things down on the penalty kill here. As the Rustlers dump it down the ice. Rost with a through pass for Houston was a little too strong. The Rustlers have a chance to clear, and they do with 5 seconds to go on their penalty kill. Dicker out of the box from serving that Huxley penalty. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. And he chips it ahead to Fletcher. Fletcher trying to chip it up the wall and chase it down. But Stettler able to clear. James gets the puck in deep now as the Rustlers go for a line change. And then Mullet picks off a pass. He shoots so high over the net. A wraparound attempt for Ackroyd. Stopped by Nadestad. Miller gets the horn on the right side. His shot off the stick of Hansel. And now Turnus will pick up the loose puck. The Imperials just stay on side. And Eisman with a good kick save with that big right pad. Stettler fans hollering for a penalty as Turnus was knocked down in the Rustlers zone. The Imperials fans passionate down there in their section to our left. Rustlers can't clear, and a chance for King, but his shot wide of the net. Ross gets the puck in deep once again. Connor James steps out from behind his own net. Gets the head to Woodward, and now to Comerford. The Rustlers have a 2-on-1. Comerford comes in, fires a shot, steered away by the blocker of Nadestad. Ethan Ross picks up the rebound, skates it down the right wing, but it gets knocked off his stick by Connor James. Stretch pass for Houston, and he fires a shot blocked by Ethan Weeks. Now we got the referee's arm in the air. And Goslin and Brendan Tucker are tied up down in the corner. And it looks like Tucker is going to be escorted to the penalty box. Let's see if anybody else goes with him. Huxley back out on the ice now as his unsportsmanlike conduct penalty expires. And the Rustlers will go to the power play. It's going to be Huxley, Hamilton, and Pfister. Connor James and Cole Comerford on the blue line. James at the point now. Gets it to Huxley. Can't handle the pass cleanly, so he gets it back to James. Now Comerford winds and fires, but that one-timer wide. Cassidy's got some speed, and the Imperials have a 2-on-1. But a great defensive play by Connor James, sprawling out to getting the passing lane. And Huxley down the right wing. Feeds it to James in the middle. He fires, but wide. James is looking for Fletcher, but doesn't connect on the pass. But Guthrie spins and fires and gets it out towards the Rustler blue line. James now enters the zone. Steps into the slot. That shot didn't have much mustard on it. Steered aside, but the Rustlers pick up the rebound. And now it's Goslin at the point. James gets it to Carson James, and his shot blocked by Houston, and that thing was humming right into the ribs of Houston. And Natastad with a good save on the one-timer at the back post. As we got 38 seconds left in this Rustler power play and 5.5 minutes to go in this middle frame. Rustlers won the draw, but Fletcher got the stick knocked out of his hands and lost control of the puck. Turnus gets to center ice and dumps it in. Miller fans on the pass. And Mullet there to back him up. Picks up the loose puck. Fletcher will dump it in. Wright gets to it, brings it around the boards, but can't get it out of the zone. Now Fletcher from the corner. Gets it to Berg at the point. Tucker is out of the box and Stettler back to full strength. And he picks off a pass and sends the puck all the way down the ice. No icing. Now the Rustlers can't get it out of the zone, and the referee's hand in the air once again. It's going to be a Rustler penalty this time as Eisman makes a huge save, moving from his left to his right and holding on to that one from the faceoff dot. Mullet's going to head to the box for the Rustlers, and they will go to the penalty kill after just being on the power play. It's going to be a holding penalty against Mullet. So with 4:33 left to go in the second period, Stettler with an opportunity now with the man advantage. Their power play unit's going to be Cassidy, Houston, and Fournier. With Eric Rost and Stollery on the blue line. Cassidy skates it up to the point and gets it over to Stollery. He doesn't have a shooting lane, so he gets it to Houston, the league's leading scorer. He was looking to go cross ice, but doesn't connect on the pass, but he gets it back at the top of the circle. That shot blocked by Cole Horn. That one stung him pretty good, but he gets right back up. Houston comes in, fires again, and he scores. So Houston gets the Imperials on the board. It's 5-1. Kistner fires that puck in deep. Now the Rustlers looking to get moving. It's Hamilton down the left wing. Couldn't catch up to that puck. And now Kistner sends it ahead to Rost. He chips it ahead, but it didn't get far, just far enough for him to catch up to it. But then his shot blocked by Goslin, sprawling out to make the block. And now a chance here, but a great defensive stick by Goslin. Turnus just standing on the doorstep with a wide open net, puck on his stick, and Goslin just got his stick in there to break it up. Kistner cycles it down low. The Rustlers pick it up. Goslin tries to flip it out, but Houston bats it down. A point-blank shot. Eisman with the save. A second save by Tommy Eisman. Cassidy loses an edge, but holds on to the puck. Gets it to Turnus. Now back to Cassidy. Rustlers steal it away, but can't get it out of the zone. That shot deflected a couple times and steered into the corner. And then a shot goes off his stick and up into the netting. The whistle blows to slow things down. The Rustlers won't be too disappointed in that as the Imperials got a little pep in their step now and had the Rustlers hemmed in for a couple minutes there. 2:16 to go in this second period. Rustlers can't clear it once again. And the Imperials capitalize. It's Chase Walker banging one home from right in front of the net. Ackroyd chips the puck in deep, and Pfister chases down in the corner. Comerford's in there with him. But the Imperials come away with it. Stollery down the left wing. He gets upended by Pfister with a big hit on the fly. The Rustlers can't clear once again. Stollery fires a shot just wide of the net. Pfister sprawling to try and take a whack at that puck, can't clear it. And then he gets in the way of a clearing attempt, but the Rustlers finally do get it out. Stollery gains his own once again and flips it into the far corner. Comerford has Ross pinned against the wall. Now down on the ice. Puck not moving. Eventually it comes out. That shot right on goal from Walker is caught by Eisman and held onto for a whistle. "52 seconds to go in this second period. Stettler wins the draw. The Rustlers able to clear. And now Dicker might have an opportunity here. He drops it for James. James comes in and puts a shot right on, but Nattestad knocks it down and holds on to get a whistle. Whoa. The Imperials win the draw and they pin it against the wall, but the Rustlers poke it away. It's Woodward from behind the net, sends it to Mullet in front, but he couldn't get a stick on it. Now Houston feeds it forward to Cassidy. He fires a shot on net. Eisman can't control the rebound. Houston had a second opportunity, but that shot went off a stick and high over the glass. Net also came off, and we get a whistle with 7 seconds remaining on the clock for the second period. Comerford tossed out of the faceoff dot. Fletcher comes in to take it. Turnus wins it. And the Imperials put a little backhand shot towards the net, and Horn will pick up the rebound, play it into the corner, and let the clock run out. That will do it for this second period. It's a 5-2 Rustler lead. Wainwright also leading on the shot clock 25-16. And after 40 minutes of play, they got themselves a 3-goal lead, looking to hold on to it and force a final and deciding Game 5 next Friday night in Stettler. We're going to take a break for the intermission. We'll be back with you soon for the third period. Here we go for the start of the third period. The Rustlers entering this period with a 5-2 lead, looking to hold on and win this one and force a fifth and final game in this best of 5 championship series. Stettler was red hot in the final 5 minutes or so in that second period, scored twice to get themselves back into this one and had the Rustlers pinned deep for quite some time. But Wainwright looking to change the momentum and turn the tides here early in the third. But they turn it over in front of the net. A chance in tight. And a hard shot there from Stettler is blocked by Huxley. Another shot blocked in front of the net, and the Rustlers get a hold of it and do clear it out of the zone. Huxley trying to chase it down. He's going to get there, but he can't pick up that rolling puck. Now Berg at the point, keeps it in the zone. Rings it around the wall to find Carson James. James fires one from the blue line, kicked aside by Nattestad. Now Stollery picks it up behind his net. And that stretch pass doesn't find anybody, and Weeks chases it down to get the icing call. A minute and a half gone now in this third period. Stettler wins the draw. Cassidy down the right wing enters the zone. Sends the puck on net, and Eisman scoops that one up to get a faceoff. Miller skates it behind his net, gets it to Aykroyd. Across the ice looking for Woodward, but well out of his reach. Horn's cross ice pass knocked down by Walker. But then Comerford picks off his pass and dumps it in before going for a line change. Scottapul's pass picked off. Pfister tried to dump it in. It caught a stick and popped way up in the air. Hamilton couldn't control it along the boards. And Stettler able to clear. Walker skates it down the right wing. Loses control of it, and the Rustlers come the other way. Hamilton gets it across to Pfister. He'll just dump it in. Takes a little hit in front of the Stettler bench. But now Kistner picks up speed, but then loses an edge. Takes out the linesman on his way. The Rustlers get it back. It's Connor James through the neutral zone. Gets it to Carson James. He fires a shot that went off the stick of King. Kieran Ross can't clear the zone. Dicker slides it towards the slot, but Stettler steals it away and clears the zone. Ethan Weeks sends it right back in. King's pass to Cassidy, hits him in the rear end, but then he picks it up, skates it in deep, sends the puck out in front. And the ensuing shot from Eric Ross goes wide of the net. That puck goes right through the top of the crease and ends up at the point. Wright couldn't get a shot off, but the Imperials get the puck deep, and then that cross ice pass doesn't connect. Cassidy with a chance here from the slot. That's high over the net. Houston cycles it down low. to Eric Rost. Down to Cassidy in the corner. Now right at the point, gets it over to Stollery. His shot blocked by Dicker. And Dicker able to clear the zone. Not very far, though, and the Imperials get it right back in, and then Weeks gets bulldozed in the corner. Miller can't clear the zone. Wright goes to the back post. But Houston couldn't get much on that one-timer. Huxley picks off a pass. Couldn't get it to Miller. Now right in front of the penalty box is a battle for it along the boards, and Huxley comes away with it. Eisman comes way out of his net to play it. Around the boards. Now from the corner, that centering pass picked up by the Rustlers. And Woodward skates it out across the blue line. Leaves it there for Blake Fletcher. Fletcher's shot blocked by Scottapole. Fletcher skates it in behind the net. Cycles it down to Woodward. Back to Fletcher. Gosson at the point now. Plays it in deep. Pfister there to pick it up. They'll cycle it down low once again. Fletcher tries to skate it out in front, but got angled off towards the net. Gosselin knocks down that dump attempt, and the Rustlers get it up ice to Mullet. Couldn't handle that pass cleanly, so he just dumps it in. 13.5 minutes to go in the third period as Rost skates in, but his shot off the stick of Gosselin and into the corner. James can't hold on to that pass, but luckily Fletcher is there to pick it up. Hamilton loses control of it at the blue line. And now the puck bounces into the Rustler bench and the whistle blows. Stettler wins the draw and Wright skates it into the zone, but they are well offside. Face off coming outside the Wainwright blue line. Cole Ackroyd and Eric Rost taking a couple hacks at each other prior to the puck drop. The referee comes over and has a word with both of them, and now we get underway. Weeks can't chip it out of the zone. Now he has a chance to, and he just trickles out across the blue line. Last chance of the season and no 50-50 winner for me this year, folks. It was a $3,000 50-50 tonight. $3,000 take home. Great support from the fans, Rustler and Imperial fans alike. There we go. Just under 12 minutes to go here in the third period. Walker skates it into the zone. Tries to send it out in front of the net. That puck ends up hitting the side of the goal. And the Rustlers clear. Oh my God. Now Turnus skates it into the zone. But the Rustlers steal it away and clear the zone. Oh my God. Roslin with some good hustle to get to that loose puck and knock it away. Sorry if you hear me coughing a little bit, folks. I'm trying to keep it away from the microphone. I've been sick as a dog all week. Tried to rest up and get ready just for this game. But it's starting to catch up to me here in the third period. Weeks can't keep it inside the blue line. The Rustlers check up, and now they have a chance. Mullet in tight, and a second chance. They score! Fletcher buries one, and the Rustlers go up 6-2 with 10 minutes to go in the third period.
Hi, Mullet. Little T8. Liquor of Harper and Mullet. 1008. Sword.
Nice save there by Eisman to snag that one out of the air and hold on for the faceoff. Houston from behind the net. The centering pass ends up at the point, and that shot swallowed up by Eisman. Another faceoff upcoming with 9:33 to go. Goslin plays it off the wall. Can't get it out of the zone, but a hand pass against Stettler is called. Another faceoff upcoming. Stettler wins the draw and Wright fires a shot on goal from center ice. Eisman snags that one easily. Hamilton wins the draw for the Rustlers as Connor James gets pinned against the wall in the corner. And Hamilton flips the puck in the air down the ice. Pfister can't handle it down there, and Stollery picks it up.
Congratulations. Take 50 rings. Take it well. Take 10. Great. Go.
Shot from Walker goes wide of the net and rings around the wall all the way out to the neutral zone. Wright dumps it in as the Imperials get some fresh legs out on the ice. Aykroyd sidestepped a big hit there, but Stettler gets the puck. Now Fournier gets absolutely demolished by Josh Berg, and the Imperials are not okay with that. Berg gets attacked. Clay Guthrie goes after him. We got ourselves a fight in behind the net. Berg still has a glove on, trying to defend himself. He has both gloves on, and the linesman won't break this up. Now we might have another one get started over here between Comerford and Wright. But that gets broken up quickly. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Josh Berg threw a massive hit. I think the hit was looked a little bit bigger than it actually was. I can't remember the Imperial player now after the excitement behind the net, but the Imperials player looked like he was trying to duck out of the way of the hit at the last second, and Berg ended up getting him up high. And Stettler players obviously took exception to that. But the interesting thing will be whether or not Josh Berg is assessed a fighting major. It looks like he is as he's heading to the box. He never dropped his gloves. And in previous instances, even in this series alone, that is constituted not a fighting major. But it looks like they're giving him a fighting major anyway. Or he's getting a major for the hit. So the Rustler captain is headed to the dressing room. Calvin Dicker will go to the penalty box to serve the penalty. The Rustler bench and their head coach especially not pleased about the decisions here. The scoreboard right now is showing a 2-minute Stettler penalty. Aykroyd is going to the box. He just got teed up. Gave a nice salute to the Stettler fans on his way. So when it's all said and done, it's going to be a 2-minute Stettler power play. And now the referees are sending another Rustler to the bench. It's going to be a 5-on-3 power play.
So
the Imperials with a 5-on-3 power play. Stollery gets it to Houston. Back to Stollery in the high slot. His shot high and over the net. So they gave Berg 2 minutes for charging, 5 for fighting, and a game misconduct. Charge doesn't exactly seem like the right call. It was a little high, but he didn't take many strides into it. But nonetheless, Stollery working it around the zone on the power play. He gets it back, and at the back door, Cassidy can't tap it in. Ross fires a shot, and Eisman with the big save. He holds on for the whistle. 1 minute, 2 seconds remaining in this 5-on-3 power play. 7:19 left in the third period. The Imperials win the draw. Walker fires a shot, and who scores? So with 7:09 left in the third period, the Imperials pull themselves back to within 3. And they got 52 seconds left in the power play. Now Connor James picks up the puck in his own end, bangs it off the glass and down the ice. Houston down the right wing, feeds it ahead to Rost. Sends it out in front looking for Houston, couldn't get a stick on it. Ross gets it to the point. Hard shot from Piggin goes wide of the net. Shot blocked in front. Walker cycles it down low. Rustlers pick up the rebound, but they can't get it out of the zone. And then Eisman with the big save, standing his ground to keep this a 6-3 hockey game with 6:09 to go in the third period. Stettler wins the draw, and Cassidy along the half wall fires one towards the net, and Eisman snags that one easily. Imperials win the faceoff once again. And they aren't able to keep it in the zone, so they got to tag it up, giving the Rustlers a quick little breather and some time to clear the zone. Cassidy gets the puck in deep, and Eisman comes out to slow it down for Fletcher. Now Mullet skates it out to the neutral zone and plays it into the near corner. And he gets speared right in a very tender area. And the referee caught it, and Fournier's going to head to the box. Sorry, they're going to call it a slash. So Fournier in the box, and the Rustlers gave up 1 on the 5-on-3, but now they have a power play opportunity of their own, leading by 3 with 5:25 left in the third period. Now Fletcher from the corner. Leaves it for Dicker. He skates it behind the net. Gets it to Carson James. Now to Connor James. To Goslin and looking for Carson James on the far side. But Piggin got a stick on that pass and redirects it out to the neutral zone. Carson James gains the zone and fires it around the boards. Fletcher picks it up in the corner and sends it to Hamilton. Now Connor James at the point. Hamilton has it on the half wall and gets it back to James at the point. He skates it in deep. Finds his brother at the top of the circle, but his shot wide. He's able to knock down the clearing attempt to get it back, gets it back over to Connor. Now Miller down low, gets it to Connor James up top. His shot through the traffic and scores. The Rustlers answer, and it's 7-3 with 4 minutes to go. And now Comerford forces a turnover, but he can't handle the puck, and he gets hit up high. Referee's hand immediately goes up. And King is going to head to the box. Comerford very slow to get up. Going to be 2 minutes for interference. Classy move from Chase Walker to check in on Comerford and make sure he's all right. Give him a little tap. So Rustlers right back to the power play, leading by 4 with 3:44 to go.
That's number 31. You can 18-24. King minor penalty points 3-44.
Now Hamilton down the left wing, skates it deep into the zone and around the back of the net. Pfister gets it to Goslin out in front. His shot knocked down by Wright. Now Fletcher with speed enters the zone, slams in the brakes and spins around and sends the puck deep to Hamilton. Now up to Ty Miller. And across the horn, his shot right in the chest of Nadestad and held onto for the faceoff. Miller winds and fires one, and Nadestad with a great pad save. Locks down that hard shot from the blue line and holds on for the whistle. Fletcher wins the draw, and Horn gets it at the point. His shot through traffic, steered aside by Nadestad. And now the whistle blows for a hand pass against the Rustlers. 2.5 minutes to go in this one. Now Fletcher and Hansel going at it a little bit before the face-off. The Imperials win it and dump it down the ice. 35 seconds left in the Rustler power play. Miller will skate it back in behind his own net. The Rustlers content killing time off the clock at this point. But not in that fashion. That's going to be an icing call against the Rustlers. So with 1:59 to go and on the penalty kill, the Imperials get an offensive zone faceoff. But the Rustlers win it. And Miller feeds it forward to Mullet. He'll gain the red line and dump it in. Stettler clears once again, and Horn backing up. Gets it ahead to Comerford. He flips it ahead to Fletcher. Around the back of the net. Back to 5-on-5 hockey now. The Rustlers can't keep it in the zone. Now Miller from his own blue line. Gets it to Hamilton. And that puck was bobbling on him, and he put himself offside just by half a stride. Down to 1:22 to go, and I think it is safe to say, I'm told not to say, but I'm going to say, you can mark your calendars. Game 5 of the best of 5 series will come next Friday night in Stettler, an 8 p.m. puck drop. The Imperials will have their live stream going, so if you can't make it to the game, you can watch it there on YouTube. But I would highly recommend you make it to the game, as somebody will be lifting the trophy on Friday night. So we hit the final 60 seconds of this one. Ross with a chance, fires a high shot, caught Cassidy up high. And now the Rustlers clear it. Icing waved off with 40 seconds to go. And time is ticking down, the final seconds, and this one is over. The Rustlers win on home ice once again. For the second time in the championship series, they score 7 times on home ice, this time winning 7-3 and tying up the series at 2 games apiece. It'll come down to a deciding Game 5 on Friday night. It's going to be an exciting one, so don't miss it. But that'll be the final home game for the Rustlers this season. So that means our last live stream of the year. We thank you all for joining us as you have done all season long. We love our viewers who tune in all year and support us greatly. That'll be it for us for the season. So enjoy your summers. Enjoy Game 5 on Friday night. And we will see you again in the fall.